Hello ladies and gents, this is Craig from 9 Games, and today I'm going to do a Why I Love, get ready for it, Why I Love DmC Devil May Cry. Yes, the new one. And it's funny because if you go back and watch my channel, you're like, Craig, you hated it. And then you reviewed it and you said it wasn't bad. And then you did your award show and you said that it was a kudos game, it wasn't one of the best in the genre. Well, I was wrong. Guess what? I do love Devil May Cry, the DmC version. And some of you might not like this, and it's okay. I am starting to like this one more than the previous ones. And let me explain. Because, well, first, let's say this. PlayStation Plus has been really good to us in January, by the way. We got DmC, Brothers, Bioshock Infinite. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I can't wait. Like, it only gets better. I'm so pumped. I never am on PlayStation Stick. I'm on it real hard right now, guys. I've actually played more PS3 than Xbox in like the last 6 months. It's been insane. And why wouldn't you? They give you so much good free shit. Now, Devil May Cry, obviously I already have it on Xbox. I did my original review for it on Xbox. I beat it on Xbox, and I played Son of Sparta on Xbox. So, clearly I played it, I enjoyed it. I'm right at the end right now on Nephilim in the PS3 version, and I do intend on playing Son of Sparta right after that. So, let's hop right into it. And I'll tell you why I love it. And it makes, I don't know, this is more of another personal one. And I started to go into it when I was talking about how this version wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be with the changing of Dante and, you know, his whole attitude and trying to make him more westernized as opposed to the old version, which was clearly Japanese inspired, but he had more of a Western attitude. Sort of like what the Japanese think of Americans is what I feel the old Dante is. And this one is what Americans are. Devil May Cry. Oh, I'm so excited. Listen, guys. One, I absolutely love the soundtrack of this game. It's insane. I love it. I love the soundtrack of this game. It's got a perfect mix of rock and electronic music. I love that picture. I say it in any video I have of this. I fucking love that picture. Let me go into Bloody Palace because I'm not going to play where I am in the story because I'm right at Mundus. I'm right at the end of the game, and for any of you who haven't played it, I don't want to ruin it for you. I know some of my PlayStation people, this is probably your first time playing it when they gave it to you on Plus. No, it won't let me use it. Alright, fine. Let's just go into training. Whoopity-doo, I can play it all day on Xbox. I should have put in the Xbox version. But actually, I wanted to do the PS3 version so I could chit-chat about the problems. There's actually problems with the PS3 version that weren't apparent in the Xbox version. And it has to do with the frame rate. It's not like insanely glitchy where the game's unplayable. However, as compared to the 360 version, someone did put on Twitter that they're having a hard time making it to platforms, and it's understandable because of the frame drops. You're not going to make it to a platform if you're in the middle of like a crazy jumping chain. But other than that, I mean, it happens sometimes. It usually happens in areas that have a lot going on. I noticed it mostly in the city. When you're in limbo in the city, I think it's like mission 5 or 6. That is when it gets the worst. And then towards the end of the game, I haven't had shit for problems. So it's not anything that's like too crazy to boast about or to go on there and be like, I don't like this game because of this. It's not that bad. Alright, what I like about this game and what makes me love it more than the other ones is that this Dante is very relatable to me. You see the transition. Alright, he's cocky, he's mouthy, he's got, he just doesn't care about things in the beginning of the game. And then you see his transition to starting to care about things. And what I like about it and how it actually fits into the timeline, and you could totally put this before Devil May Cry 3, and it fits. Because, well, for one, his hair, as he starts to accept his fate, his hair starts to turn white by the end of the game, which would explain why he has white hair in the later games. He still retains his, you know, cockiness and his attitude that you love in the other games, except for 2. And he seems a little bit more, you know, restrained by the end of the game, which is the Dante that we know now. He knows his limits. He knows when it's time to make a joke and blah, blah, blah. Whereas in the beginning of the game, he doesn't care. He's just making jokes, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, he shows compassion by the end of the game. And what it actually, I didn't really gather it from the first time I played it. Maybe it has to do with me going back and playing it now. Is that it's kind of like, at least for me on a personal level, it's kind of like when I was 18 years old. I was very relatable to this Dante. I was a wicked asshole. I was mouthy. I swore all the time. I had no regards for anybody else around me. I really didn't. I was a pretty terrible person, guys. And, you know, as life goes on, I evolved and blah, blah, blah. So really, if you think of it like this, even if you hate this Dante and you hate this Devil May Cry, think of it as a good arc in a story. Everybody has that one version of themselves that they hate and they wish they could forget about. That's this Dante. And I think that's why I appreciate it more and more now that I'm playing it, because by the end of the game, this dude starts regretting the shit that he did in the past. So, but still holds on to what makes him him. So it doesn't, you know, he therefore doesn't change completely where he's not the same person, but he's taking stuff that he's learned and he's growing with it. You know, because in the beginning he's like, I don't want to help anybody, blah, blah, blah. And then by the end of the game, without giving away any of the story, his attitude changes to, you know, I'm going to protect the humans. That's my job. And I just fucking love the combat in the game. No, do it. Do the fireworks. Woo! I love the combo system of this game. I love the style points of this game. The only thing that I will give it a downgrade, and it doesn't have to do with the entire game itself, is I did say this in my review. This game is substantially easier than the other Devil May Cries. And I'm not saying like the difficulty that comes after you beat the game and then you unlock it. I'm saying what's available to you initially. I started both games on Nephilim, which is the hardest difficulty that you can start on. And it was very easy. I'm coasting through. Like, on my regular Xbox One, I got a lot of S's. On this one, I'm getting double S's and triple S's when I'm completing levels. And I don't think that Devil May Cry should be that easy. However, the fact that you keep beating the game and you keep unlocking harder difficulties, because I know when it gets up there, it gets insane, and you die very quickly. I guess that balances it out, but you got to be really into the game in order to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And so what I love about the game is I actually have come to love this character for what it is. You know what I mean? For how it actually could fit into what is already established for Devil May Cry with 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's face it, guys, this Devil May Cry, whether you like it or not, is better than 2. This Dante is better than the Dante in 2. So, official timeline revamp right here, because I never included this one. We'll go that it goes like this. DMC, young and cocky Dante, kind of an asshole. You really hate him. Devil May Cry 3, still cocky. He knows what he's got to do, though. He's already opened up Devil May Cry, or he's opening up Devil May Cry. You know, he's going after his brother Virgil, and, you know, and then it goes Devil May Cry, which is where he finds Trish, and then he ends up fighting Mundus again. And then Devil May Cry 4 with Nero, kind of passing the torch. He's a lot more mature. And then Devil May Cry 2, he's quiet. He kind of looks like a vampire. He's boring. He's old. He's tired. But he's much more mature. Official time on Devil May Cry. Okay, guys, seriously, I also got to put this in here because I told Joe I would. You remember Joe, the one I make fun of all the time? Fuck you, Craig. You're an asshole. That one. He's got some new rap videos on his channel. Check them out. I'll provide the link below. Thank you guys for watching.